The best stories tell themselves. So I don't even have to say anything about this one.
Welcome to the WNBA on NBC. We're so delighted to be joined today by the creative director and CEO of Playa Society, Esther Wallace.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Of course, and of course, we also have the wonderful Terrika Foster-Brasby here with me to break everything down. Esther, you just released an incredible collaboration for Love and Basketball's 25th anniversary, working alongside Gina Prince Bythewood and using models from the WNBA. Can you tell us how this incredible collaboration came together? Walk us through the process, how you ended up working with Natasha Cloud and also Isabelle Harrison. Just let us know all the details.
I'll say the creative in me philosophically has to say this has been a lifetime in the making, right? Even just down to the details of my love for the film, Love and Basketball, of course. And even how the film inspired the name Playa Society, right? So I think this has been, I feel like all this time has been training camp since the moment I saw this film. But Gina wanted to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Love and Basketball. And she mentioned seeing Playa Society when she would go to games and, when she would be around LA at different, whether it was, collegiate games that she would go to or WNBA games, and really wanting to collaborate specifically with Playa Society on this. So, I was like, no brainer. It's an instant yes, for sure. And then when we were planning things out and planning the just creative direction around it, Natasha Cloud has been a day one. Natasha and Izzy have a beautiful love story. They're teammates, and all of those things. And so I just wanted to do something that was going to celebrate not only the film, but just the story, celebrate love, and represent it in a very unique way that I feel like only Playa Society really could bring together.
So when you think about partnering with another storyteller like Gina, just what was the process of that? Like, how long did that process take? And just honestly, what was it like working with her?
I feel like with things like this, there's like no concept of time. Uh, the assignment was get the job done, get it done. We wanted to drop this year. We might have had maybe 2 months or so. I could be off. I could be off 2 to 3 months, I would say, to bring this together. Time always seems like it goes by fast because when you're creating product, it always seems like you never have enough time, no matter when you start. And sometimes I wish I could like take forever, especially with a project that I love so dearly or I'm so passionate about. I'd love to sit with it for like a year if I could, but of course we wanted to get the project out for the 25th year anniversary. And Gina's the GOAT of storytelling for us, for the culture and all of those things. And so I wanted to listen, I wanted to deliver, and also keeping in mind that we're doing something that's planned for 4 quarters. So this was just the beginning for sure.
So when you say that, plan for 4 quarters, it's a year-long it's a year long, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I really love how you guys broke it down with the first quarter, second quarter, just like the film. I just think those little references are really cool. You talked about working with Natasha and Izzy. Were there any, because I mean, they're so fun. Like, are there any moments from the shoot that stand out to you that was like really fun or that you could share with us?
The minute I think the anticipation was high. Like, when are they gonna get here? When are they gonna get here? And the minute they walked in, I mean, the mood, like the energy, it's just really special. And I think the whole time that we're all on set, it was just like you can feel the energy and the love, and it's just real authentic and down to earth and organic. And you can't make that up, right? So I think that was amazing. And even just watching them warm up, it was their first shoot together. So that was really special. And so just watching them get into a rhythm and just enjoy the atmosphere, the music. We had to play the soundtrack from Love and Basketball, of course.
Yeah.
And so I think overall it was just an energy that was really special.
Yeah, because there was one of the pictures, it looked like they were dancing. Like, it looked like Tosh was on the wall. I was like, oh, okay, I see what kind of party this was.
And I will say Gina called in as well. So we got, Gina on FaceTime to say hi. And Tosh and Izzy really expressed their love and appreciation for Gina, wanting to do this with them as well. And so a lot of those little things like that mean everything.
You mentioned that this was going to be something broken down into quarters, first quarter. We nosy, sis, and we cannot wait for what's coming up through quarters 2 through 4. So what tea can you drop about what we can expect for quarters 2 through 4? We nosy, sis, we need to know.
Let me say this, like, we're all about listening. I know the movie very well, but at the end of the day, I think when everybody's dropping their favorite lines in the comments on the posts, and things like that, we're listening. We want to know, what we did ball better than you for this quarter. And so we're kind of just like, what does everybody want? What do customers, what do fans of the film want? So that's going to be a big theme across the board for every release or every drop. I'll say some drops you'll be able to get throughout the year, the full year, and then some of them you got to be quick with it because they'll be more limited pieces for sure. And I will also just say I'm still designing, so I can't give away too much because I don't know the answer. But
all I know is I need a tee that says, "Who you taking, Spalding?" Yes.
Now the car scene is my favorite scene, so we got to do big for that one.
All I'm saying, that's my point, that's my joy.
Oh, I love that. And I definitely copped some already. I got the crop hoodie.
Yes.
And I did get a ball better than you. Yes, I did. So
gotta have that energy, that confidence from that statement.
Yes, but I know what I do want to see potentially in the future. Sanaa Lathan rocking some merch, maybe at a Sparks game to help promote. We're
gonna see what we can do. I really enjoyed sketching Sanaa. We're going to celebrate the character, Monica, and her impact on just, film, culture, and women's basketball, because that was the first representation that we had on screen. And so, we're going to do it big.
What does it mean to you? I mean, first off, you have, and we've talked about this before, Esther, how you have literally grown and your name and your brand has become so synonymous with the excellence of women's basketball. But just what does it mean to you when you have people like Gina and others in these brands? Previously it was Cash App. Just how does it feel to you when all these brands want to work with you?
I mean, honestly, it's humbling. It's definitely special. It's exciting. I think for me, every opportunity it's an opportunity, and I definitely take a lot of pride in being able to, or the responsibility to deliver on something like that. When Gina puts that trust in me, I want to show up and show out. So I take that opportunity, but I also kind of look at it as I have to deliver on this. So it's really fun. It's really exciting to be able to kind of challenge myself in these ways. These are big opportunities, big chances, big projects, big promotions, and I'm just really excited to be able to be a part of them. And my goal is always just to do justice to the storytelling that we're looking to do, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're talking about big brands, and I mean, you are working with the WNBA, right? Like that's why you're like within the Toronto Tempo. When they were announced as expansion team, we saw that you were working with them. Like everyone around the WNBA is always wearing your stuff, and like you're a partner and you're, of the WNBA. So can you just give a little background on how it came to be that you work so closely with the league?
It's all rooted in the players. And I always say Playa Society is a player first brand, which should be obvious from the name, right? But I started with one t-shirt design. That t-shirt I was gifting out to a lot of players in the WNBA and in the NWSL. And they were just organically supportive of the mission and the message and all of those things before there was any merch in this space at all. And so I've just always aligned storytelling that's going to center the women who play sports and their fans. And I think it comes down to being authentic and organic in that way. That has led to opportunities to work with the WNBA and just continuing to fight for putting them at the forefront of everything that we do, just because I know how important that is. And I remember what things looked like before this time, right, when that wasn't happening. And so that's what drives me and motivates all the things that we're doing. And I think that you're seeing the results of just pushing forward on that path.
So essentially the players are your muse?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know I've asked you this before about like what inspires you and, how do you come up with players to design or players to sketch? But for those who may not have ever heard it before and, because I'm still waiting on, what I'm still waiting on, but how do you decide which players to sketch outside of me blowing up your Twitter?
Twitter is first. But honestly, man, it seems like there's never enough time to get to everybody. But sometimes it's interaction. Sometimes I'll meet a player that I haven't met before and I'm like, I gotta get in my sketchbook and start sketching this person. So sometimes it's the moment, it's the energy, it's the momentum, it's different experiences. It really is a lived process, a lived experience to deliver on. I have a long list, and sometimes I look at it, I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to get to everybody. But, I think the community keeps me motivated to keep chipping away at that list until I can get every player in the league or, every request that comes my way, just stay motivated.
Has it really sunk in yet? Like when you see coaches and media and teams and television shows, I've seen your stuff on The Shy. Has it really sunk in yet when you see so many people supporting your brand?
It has, but I'm also that person that's gonna keep sprinting, like keep going, because I always feel like I never want to be complacent in any way. But I still get geeked out every single time I see a player wear Playa Society for their tunnel fit, or even if they're just, posting to their stories and they're taking out their trash or getting groceries or whatever they're doing. I don't know. But I get really excited every single time a player wears something. And again, it just serves as motivation. That's what has always kept me going, because entrepreneurship is by no means easy. So I use it as momentum. I use it as fuel. And that's really the beauty of it, I think. When I say we're rooted in the players, it really is that deep.
How did you come to start working with the U.S. women's national team?
I think, again, I'm going to double down on the players. It was definitely something that started with the players and the Players Association, and just being able to take some of that energy that I've started to create on the WNBA side or in women's basketball, and start to think about how can we celebrate more women in sports. That was definitely the mission. And so I knew that there wasn't a lot on the market for the women on the U.S. national team in terms of beyond jerseys and things like that, right? So I wanted to put their faces on t-shirts and other things similar to women's basketball, and got such a huge early response. I know during the Olympic year, we did a pop-up in Portland, and I was shocked by the response and how quickly we sold out of t-shirts. And so just servicing the fans and celebrating the players, that was the original mission, and continuing to go down that path.
Nice.
I for sure cannot understand why she'd be so surprised, Nat, when she sell out of stuff. Like,
I know.
Every time I'm like, really?
What do you mean? You know I have my favorites, right? And maybe you don't want to pick favorites, but you've got to have some favorite collabs or designs or merch that you've done. So what are your faves? Give us three of your faves.
3 of my faves. Wow. Well, I have to say Love and Basketball.
Understandably.
That is definitely up there. I will always start by saying that my favorite is usually the thing I just did. Because I love to make new things, and I feel like we're constantly evolving. But definitely Love and Basketball. You know, I love my Cheryl Swoops tee.
I was waiting for that.
That has a special place in my heart forever. And then I feel like I'm going to forget something, but I'll say the 2024 A'ja Wilson MVP. I feel like that was just a moment where I saw myself evolve a little bit as an artist with the details that I was able to get. That was just a wild year for A'ja. I mean, she always has a wild year, let's be honest. But I was just excited to be able to create something dope.
Can you speak a little bit more about when you said you were able to evolve as an artist? Like what did that entail?
Yeah, I mean, when I first started, I was actually nervous to put out my sketches because I didn't, I'm hard on myself, right? So wanting to make sure that they're good enough, wanting to make sure that I'm representing the players well, their likeness and all of those things. And so I also had to kind of teach myself this process. I had never sketched digitally before on an iPad. I hadn't really sketched at all since I was in undergrad. And so it was a huge process to kind of learn how to get the likeness right and learn how to do digital sketches. And when I first started, I only did sketches that were one color. And then I evolved and was able to start adding skin tones and color to the sketches. And then they just have become more realistic and more to the likeness of the players. And so I definitely think that the 2024 A'ja MVP was like, wow, like this is A'ja. Yeah.
That's amazing. You're so talented. You mentioned entrepreneurship not being easy earlier. What's the hardest part of your job? Is it that?
The hardest part is the job itself. I will say it's because, especially as a creative who's an entrepreneur, you have to kind of switch between left brain, right brain, left brain. You're always switching back and forth a bit. When you're passionate about anything and you're building it, sometimes, like especially early on, you're the one who cares the most, right? And so you have to kind of get other people to buy in and get other people to pay attention to the details and care as much as you do and love the projects that you're working on. And you have to find those people to work with and surround yourself with that. And sometimes convince people, that, hey, this business or this licensing deal is going to work out even when there's no examples. So there's a lot of layers to it. It's evolved again over time as well. Early on, I was trying to pitch an idea that nobody believed in, and now people believe in it, and it's how do we grow and how do we sustain that authenticity and keep centering the players and keep the players first and keep responding to the fans and all of those things in the way that we always originally established.
Got you. All right, girl. Let's have a little fun, okay? So, just between us and our viewers, who is the most famous person in your phone that you can reveal?
The most famous person in my phone? I don't know. Who is it?
You gotta tell us.
I always feel like I don't even know who's in my phone, but I'll say Cheryl Swoops.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's totally fair.
A legend.
Legendary. What's the worst sketch you've ever drawn?
No, stop. Um, that would be my first sketch, which was, it was actually a sketch of Diana Taurasi. That was the first player I tried to sketch. It was very bad. I would never show anybody.
Oh, so she didn't see it then if you won't show anybody.
No, nobody saw that. I had to keep practicing.
That's funny. You know, DT would be like, I'm gonna meet you in the lobby. I'm just playing.
That's why by the time she retired, I had perfected the craft. I was like, I'm ready for this moment.
I'm ready now. I love that. All right. We all need fuel to like get us going. So what is your guilty pleasure meal? Where it's like, Esther, you know you ain't got no business eating that, but
it's actually like I've coined the phrase breakfast cookies, because like I wake up very early, so like, and I get a lot of my work done early, and I'm eating cookies for breakfast usually with some coffee.
Okay, breakfast cookies. I like that. Yeah, I like that.
I'm gonna influence y'all, so like.
I know.
Who is someone that you hope to work with one day or to sketch?
You know, I love the legends. I have a lot of love for the legends. So Cheryl Miller, Lisa Leslie, Cynthia Cooper, the legends for sure.
The legends. We need a legends edition.
Yes.
Esther, it's been such a joy to talk to you today. We really appreciate you joining us and sharing, you know, this collaboration with us and celebrating the culture, everything you do. We love it. It's for the culture. And you're so special and so important to this space. Thank you for everything that you do. We love to give flowers over here. So flowers to you, and looking forward to more merch coming and supporting it.
Thank you. I appreciate both of y'all.
Our pleasure. Thanks for tuning in today, guys, for the WNBA on NBC. We hope you enjoyed this conversation with Esther as much as we did. Make sure you subscribe to our new YouTube channel, the WNBA on NBC, so you don't miss out.